got you. Come on. Come on. You gotta get him
No
in, baby.
pain, no gain. The Ridgeway football team pushing themselves in the weight room, looking to take that next step toward a state championship last year. They finished just 2 wins shy of completing that goal. Our SportsZone High School football summer tour continues with the Roadrunners. Coach Duron Sutton, Coach, thanks for joining me on the program today. We're taking a tour around the city, checking out all the high school football teams as they get ready for the 2015 season. Got to talk about what a tremendous season you guys had last year. Went all the way to the state semifinals, but I know you talked a lot about that gold trophy, that gold ball. Not able to bring that home. How tough was that loss for you guys to take last year?
Well, it's always tough when you don't reach your goal that you have in mind. So, we look at it as a setback, but we still have aspirations of getting there and getting that championship.
Without question, Coach, you look at this year, 2015. I know it's just summertime workouts right now. You haven't popped the pads on yet. But what's your gut feeling about this year's team?
Well, we have a lot of new faces in new places. And with that being said, those guys, they can play. They've been sitting behind some great players for the last couple of years, and it's their turn now. So it's time to see, how they've matured and are they ready to be that guy.
You talked about the new players having to step up this year, but you lost some key players from last year. One in particular, Mr. Earl Harrison, the guy you call the best back in the state. Talk about who replaces him this year. I know Ridgeway is a team that likes to kind of reload at that position. Who's the guy who steps up in his place this year?
Well, as of now, it'll be Lelotus Walker, who's been our primary backup for the last 2 seasons, and each of the last 2 seasons he's had over 1,000 yards. So that just shows how much we're willing to run the ball, and you need a 1-2 punch to be an effective team running the ball. So, he's our lead horse right now.
You also had great senior leadership at the quarterback position. Just talk about that. Is there one guy that you have your eye on right now that will take that spot, or are there a couple of guys competing right now?
Well, right now we've been grooming Tyreek Sandusky as our guy. He's patiently waited the last couple of seasons to be the starting quarterback here at Ridgeway. He's a phenomenal athlete, and he's one of those kids I wanted to play other positions the last couple of years, but he wanted to be a quarterback, and he chose to wait his turn for that opportunity, and he's been working his tail off to be our leader. So, I'm ready to see what he's going to do this season.
I got to ask you about reclassification. Some teams going up, some teams going down. They're going all around. How does it affect your program this year?
Well, we moved down from 5A to 4A. I can't say how it's going to affect us because, people are still working regardless of what classification you're in. But we'd like to think that we're probably going to be one of the larger 4A teams around, and hopefully us being able to, play only one side of the ball with our guys will be something that'll be effective on down the road.
Talk about some of the players that do return. Who are the guys, the marquee guys, I guess, on this team that people need to watch out for Ridgeway this year?
Well, first of all, on defense, it starts with Duron Johnson. He's our all-everything linebacker. He does everything, makes all the calls, makes all the reads, and he's led the area in tackle last season, and he's been, just a guy that's going to make plays for us, and we know that. So he's the guy that we just want to make sure he stays healthy and continues to do what he does. Joseph Newberry, a cornerback on defense, he led our team in interceptions last year with 7. He returns in his junior season looking to get ready to start getting some offers, so he wants to make sure he plays well. Offensively, we have 3 returning offensive linemen in Nicholas Wiseman, Clarence Thornton, and Tyrese Slocum, who are 3 seasoned guys who are also big guys that are going to continue to help us do what we like to do, and that's run the ball. So, we got some guys that are returning, so we just look to see what they're going to do when it's their turn to be seniors and lead.
Schedules are out. Any games that stand out in your mind on the schedule?
Well, you got to look at all of them as big games, and we make sure we make a schedule that's going to have us ready if we are lucky enough to be in the playoffs, because you'll be a seasoned team. You'll know what kind of team you have if you have that opportunity. So, we open up with Houston on the road. They're a team that we've been in a district with for the last 5 seasons, and they're going to be, chomping at the bit to get back at us from what happened last season. But, we had Southwind, who's just like a rivalry with us because it's so close to our school. We're playing Emmy West this year. It's right across the street from us. So, these guys, they share the same fast food restaurants, and they see each other all the time, so they know one another. We're taking a trip to West Monroe, Louisiana, for a powerhouse in Louisiana. They've done great things, and they have great players, and so we're looking to have the opportunity to be an upper echelon team. Whitehaven again, so in order to stake a claim as one of the better teams, you'll know what kind of team you have if you can compete and win against those teams.
The summertime workouts are going on right now. I know you guys are about to stop and then get back at it later on in July. What's the attitude been like so far in these workouts?
Well, the attitude has been great by these guys. A lot of them are still hungry from having that setback last season, and also those guys wanting to prove that those 28 seniors we lost last year is just part of the Ridgeway program, where once you lose a class, the next class steps up and you don't miss a beat. So these guys are looking for the opportunity to continue what we've done here so far, and they want to take it to the next level.